making their first appearance going head-to-head for the second time this season. Slim's able to save the jump ball possession, and it'll be the same starting five: Austin, Sutton, Sykes, Citron, and Iriafen for Washington. Good to see Shug Sutton able to go tonight. And the reverse layup doesn't go for Iriafen.
Look like some kind of slow down the Washington Mystics production on the interior. They're third best in paint points, just under 39 in there per contest.
Salon will head to the free throw line as she
reflexes defensively, 4 times being named all defensive in the WNBA. But that time got a piece.
Spending some time with the French national team. And she had 10 points on 4 of 11 shooting. And some injuries. Snow Kayla Thornton unfortunately done for the season with that knee injury. Cecilia Zandalasini out with the foot. Monique Billings as well too. And Aaliyah Edwards will miss another game with the wrist injury.
Yeah, hopefully Aaliyah Edwards can get back and get healthy. But as you said, Megan, glad to see Shug Sutton back after tweaking her ankle in the last game.
Citron able to get that mid-ranger to go.
Staying hot. You love to see her. I mean, she has 4 games this season where she has scored more than 20 points. And to be only a rookie, I mean, she plays with a ton of confidence.
Austin going against Fagbenle. Spins back middle, able to get it off window.
A lot of contact in there. Fagbenle, still no travel. Straight buckets for Shakira Austin, and that's who needs to continue to produce inside. Last year to this year, and she's had 2 back-to-back injury-riddled seasons coming into this one.
Fagbenle, another finish for her this time. Hayes finding her. Majority of that last matchup in May wearing the mask. She's going to get whistled for the foul. She was hit by the elbow of Shakira Austin.
Right here, Tiffany Hayes, after retiring from the WNBA, was named 6th Woman of the Year in the league.
Austin trying to spin on Salon. Here's the corner shot from Sykes off the mark. Chasing down her own rebound, comes up with it, dances with the baseline. Austin, 10 on the shot clock, going at Fagbenle, who was crowded. Inside, Salon able to get that up off the window.
Well, Salon does a good job of staying physical also, protected the basketball, almost like a football running back there against Shug Sutton inside.
Here's Citron, attacking, hangs, gets that to drop.
Oh, that floater was so filthy, and they need to be bees to the threes. They have to understand that this Valkyries team, they shoot the most triples in the league, 30 of them to be exact. Washington holding opponents to only shooting 30% from there, 3rd best in the league. And straight to the paint for the Mystics. We said they're 3rd best in scoring, just under 39 points.
And Shug Sutton hits the 3.
But also the Valkyries, they are best in keeping teams out of the paint with just under 29 points allowed in there. So that's going to be the battle for Washington.
Both teams with a hot start, a combined 8 of 11. Now make it 9 of 12.
Well, things are happening quickly right here, right in front of our eyes. Both teams want to get into early offensive actions. And not only that, you want to execute and knock shots down, and both teams are doing that exceptionally well.
Here's Sutton to Austin. This time gets the spray out 3. Could not connect.
Right there on that possession by Austin to spray that thing out.
Salon attacking. Extra 1, Rupert. And she hits the 3.
Well, that's what Sydney Johnson said about being bees to threes, right? That's why that was one of the keys. They want to get a touch of the paint and then get those spray out opportunities. Washington has to do a better job of closing out on those.
Ball out of Sutton into the paint, playing through the body.
Game against Chicago was big time.
Sutton into the paint, playing through the body.
Oh, let's go. Oh, honey, honey. Shug Sutton right there. That, even if she got that body bump in there at the basket line, she was able to stay on balance and knock it in.
Rupert, this time off the mark. Fagbenle fighting for that big upside. Burton inbounded that off the back of Dolson. Here she is now in the corner as she hits a vet move.
Oh, Veronica Burton is so filthy with it. I mean, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year in the Big Ten at Northwestern for Joe McEwen. But she has really shown her offensive skill set in the last couple of seasons in the WNBA.
Sutton now Melbourne. 8 on the shot clock. Pocket pass to Iriafen. Couple of pass fakes. She goes strong off the window.
She got touched up, right?
It looked like it.
Okay. Forward, physically, on shots like that.
Late left that short. Push now here for Washington. And Citron was trying to save it.
Ooh.
Does, but it ends up with Golden State, who turns it right back over.
Huge thing, especially when you come off the bench.
Olsen into the ball game, got into the paint there. So now Engsler, Melbourne, and Olsen, all three are with Dolson and Sykes.
Yeah, ready to work. You see the horn set here by the Valkyries, trying to create a cross match.
They've got it with Salon trying to get the post on Olsen. In fact, Benley attacking, kicks it. Burton thought about it. And a whistle. Here's Burton still with it. Ami here, trying to lob inside. Olsen to Sykes. Stepping through the defense, too strong off the wind.
You know what you can get, just slow down and finish next time. And Slim, one of the best paint scorers in the league.
Inside to Salon, she's doubled. The help came from Engsler on the kick out, late. High arcing shot, doesn't hit anything. Trying to save it was Salon. It's in the hands of Melbourne.
Good
Up
push
the
ahead.
floor. Sykes, little pump fake, this time finishes.
That's what I'm talking about, Slim. That's how you do it. Organize under the rack and finish with 2 bodies in your space. Tough bucket.
And a kick ball.
The pass, put pressure on the defense in transition.
Off the inbound. Rupert able to keep it alive here for Golden State. 10 on the shot clock. Late, kicks it. Ami here, 3. Rupert the offensive rebound. Here's Martin as she came into the ball game. Rupert will take and make.
Yeah, that thing was silky smooth from the top. Rupert, you got to find her on the catch. She's going to let those arrows fly from range like that.
Austin trying to go at her, shows the ball. And unfortunately then rolls into Kate Martin, who seems to be against Chicago. Just 6 points, but did have 6 rebounds and 3 assists.
Well, you have to have those 14 games, and that's a great stat line. But I love her presence on the inside and her ability to protect the rim.
Oof. Washington with the offensive board, mid-range from Olsen goes.
Lucy, 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 that mid-range minnow, my friends, decided not to launch that triple and got right back to her comfort sweet spot right there at the nail.
Here's Martin. Kick out to Rupert, same spot, same result.
Ooh. I'm telling you, once Washington gets in rotation, they have to do a better job on a string. Tight bases, there's too much space.
My apologies, Ileana Rupert is a 46. Yes, you heard me correct. 46% three-point shooter this season. Spin move from Engsler, high off the window, too much on that one.
Well, Rupert changed that shot and made Emily Engsler change the mechanics and take it up too high. That's what shot blockers do.
Ami here, she'll hit the 3.
I thought you said, come over here. You said, Ami here? Okay.
I said you did.
Okay.
They are 5 of 8 from long range. Mystics couldn't answer on. It's about knowing where they are. They put up over 30 a game.
Yeah, to lead the league. I mean, they launched those triples at a high volume, so you have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Good coverage there defensively on that scheme, trying to free up a 3 for the Valkyries outside.
Injury report heading into today's game, even if it was questionable.
Right.
To be 20.
Absolutely. Well, you know, Sydney Johnson, he's like that, but it's great to see her with that bop in her step when she walked out here for warm-ups. I was happy about it.
Whistle and a foul late.
It's just impossible because the game is so quick, and you're not going to be established as a legal guarding defender and get those fouls like that.
Especially, it was so interesting to hear Coach Nakase in her pregame just talk about how this team, as well as they still learning to play with each other, and she herself and her staff are learning how this team and the chemistry is going, especially now when you take away, as Engsler's off the mark there, you take away the services of Kayla Thornton they were doing.
Yeah, she was an all-star for the first time in her career, was having just career numbers across the board. So to miss a player like that, that's big time, but they haven't missed a beat with their culture and philosophy.
Rupert was trying to keep that alive. Was challenged there by Austin. Melbourne coming quickly the other way.
And to your point, Megan, Coach Nakasi, I mean, that was a great question that you asked her about that. But Tiffany Hayes, she said she has been the linchpin with all the experience to come back and give herself grace.
Melbourne off the mark. She also explained why she calls them killers.
Yeah, I love a killer on the court. Trust and believe. Killers.
8 on the shot clock. Here's Hayes. Repair back with it. 4 seconds. Step back 3. That does not go as Austin controls. 11-point lead here for Golden State. Late. Not late on the steal attempt there.
She was early. Upset over there a little bit. It'll be all right.
Here's Olsen in the corner, off the mark. Enxler came up with it and then lost the handle. Here's Salon, the 3. That one's off the mark. Pushes. Lob inside to Enxler, able to collect. Austin. Little in-out dribble. Stepping around the defender. Couldn't get the drop on that one, though. Burton quickly back the other way for Golden State. She might be faster than a bat.
Well, let me tell you what. I blinked my eyes and Veronica Burton attacked the cup and finished. I mean, there's a whole wing in the athletic building there at Northwestern for her family because they all played some sport at Northwestern going back to her grandfather on the football team.
That's a legacy family. Here's Hayes, working off that screen, kicks it. Martin, that one does not go. Hayes, though, keeps it alive. Martin will try again. This time connects.
Money Martin is what they call her for a reason.
A timeout on the floor, Golden State.
And she is such a fantastic leader, just a consummate pro in that way.
Citron off the mark out of the timeout with the steal. 6 of 11 from long range.
Yeah, that's the difference in this game, those threes.
Area Fen follow and finish. And a foul? No, a timeout. Called by Golden State. Golden State now with possession. Here's Citron coming away with the steal, literally out of the hands of Kate Martin, who is then whistled for the foul.
At practices too, she brings it.
Melbourne got to the hoop, lays it up and in, and the foul. Her last 2 games, 9.5 points in just under 29 minutes, and 6 of 12 from the floor. And she had a stretch as she gets a 3-point play. A stretch before that where it was tough going for her scoring-wise.
She still went hard, and she still battled it out. And that's what you do. It's a life lesson. You keep going. You go through it to get to it. And she got to it on that last play and won.
Burton got it back from Fagbenle and hits the 3 off the handoff.
Man, those DHOs, it doesn't have to be a spray out for the Valkyries. Those DHOs are lethal as well from range.
Citron, a little hesitation, going at Fagbenle with the finish.
Oh my goodness, that was smooth as an ice cube. Sonia Citron with it. Man, love to see it.
Burton working off Salon, kicks to Fagbenle for a 3. Off the mark, Citron, Area Fen the rebound.
Well, Citron had a massive box out though.
Citron in transition, touched up, no whistle. And she's confused as she gets back on defense. Burton, though, is quickly down the floor. Martin, high arcing 3.
Transition threes, and after that 3-point line with some veracity, got to find them.
Citron is fouled from behind by Tiffany. 10 on the shot clock. Dolson, the 3. That's off the mark. Mystics 1 of 10 from long range versus 8 of 14 for the Valkyries.
Washington is 8th best in the WNBA, shooting 33% from there. It's not a bad shot. They've just been inconsistent with it.
Fagbenle, jumper on the foul line goes.
And the Valkyries spread you out. So wide open like that last one, and Dolson with the heavy screen there on Burton wasn't on the ground.
Second personal on Dolson. Under 4 minutes to play here in the half. Burton to the corner. Fagbenle steps into a mid-ranger. This one doesn't go. Iriafen going over Shook Sutton for that one.
And Shook Sutton looked up like, who is that? What in the Halle Berry? She was way up on that, but that's the motor in the machine that Iriafen has on the glass. Leads all rookies in rebounding this season.
Melbourne away from the defense. Needed that one.
Paint, little matchup zone. Try to shift on the pass and disallow any easy touches in there. Then if you can knock in a couple threes to soften that up, shrink it down, be better served.
Austin harassing Burton, pushing her further and further away. 1 second. Melbourne came up with the steal. Mystics pushing. Sutton into one. Just off the mark. Fagbenle the rebound.
Her shot. Massive defense. That's why I said Shakira Austin's defense is understated. Did you see the swarming defense there on that last possession? That's what I'm talking about.
Fagbenle into the paint. That one doesn't go. Iriafen. Citron, push from behind, still plays through it. Melbourne in the corner, couldn't connect.
Good job by Shook Sutton there to shore up the defensive transition.
Burton the three. And it's gonna stay here. And they're gonna get a foul called on Kiki Iriafen. In this game, Christy, it's more than just a regular.
And 9. And they're home.
Here's Austin pushing off the miss. Goes to Sutton inside Iriafen. Spinning on a me here. Got the hook shot to go.
How do you like that? She was just moving and grooving with some fluid. It was a piece of the body to roll off of. Beautifully executed inside by the all-star rookie Kiki Iriafen.
44-32 lead here for Golden State. Ami here. 6 on the shot clock. Trying to spin on Iriafen. Lost the handle. It'll be Mystics basketball.
Saw the rim. Beautifully executed post-play.
Here she is again. Kick out to Sutton. Gets it back. Turns, faces. 7 on the shot clock. Sutton works off of her. Into the mid-range jumper. Doesn't go. Austin flying in for the rebound. Collects. Citron working off Austin. Pocket pass. And we'll head to the free throw line at a standpoint of just how the women prepare with how long they may be playing in the offseason prior to coming here for the W, as Salon couldn't get that to go, and Iriafen comes up with the rebound.
And we saw Tiffany Hayes trying to create some space with Brittany Sykes, who was swarming on her on defense and knocked into her.
Here's Hayes. Quiet in that first half.
She had some tough rebounds, though, and saved a lot of possessions for the Valkyries off those long rebounds from 3.
There's Rupert. Hayes goes to her, but it's deflected. Citron in transition. Over to Sykes, into the mid-range. Austin, rebound, kick out. One more to Sykes.
Smart.
Lob inside, Iriafen, great seal and finish.
I love the patience by the Washington Mystics on that sequence. Didn't rush it, fought for the second opportunity. Kept that strong seal inside on that weak side where there was no help.
Here's Fagbenle. Austin the rebound.
A monster rebound by Shakira Austin on that one. He yanked it out of the sky. Let's see if they can get Kiki Iriafen another touch.
Sykes working off Austin, now working with her.
That cross match again.
Goes to Citron, found herself in the middle of the paint. Too strong on that one. Burton back the other way for Golden State.
Sonia Citron moves exceptionally well off the ball. That's why she gets touches like that one, even though she didn't get it to drop. It's the proper move and space to go into off the ball.
Fagbenle denied by Austin. Sykes going into Hayes, off the window, could have been an and one.
But I love the defense, Shakira Austin's. And then you saw Brittany Sykes go full throttle to the rack for an easy deuce.
Hayes working with Rupert. Off the screen, into the three, off the mark. And Sykes lost the handle on. He's now with it. Six on the shot clock for Burton. Three off the mark there, loose ball collected, and a shot clock violation. Here's Sykes the three, as she laces it. Burton kicked out Rupert, trying to get the lob inside to Fat Benley. Late into the ball game here. And an offensive foul is going to be called on Rupert. Hasn't hit a field goal in the last 7 minutes. Lob inside. Austin was trying to save it. Burton coming back the other way. Into the paint. Salon the three. And she hits. That was a needed bucket for Golden State.
She shoots it so low. That soft touch and the flick of the wrist is pure. Wow.
Mystics have this down to single digits. Area Fen.
Some work. And 11 steals is no slouch either.
Area Fen, reverse layup, left it short. And Tiffany Hayes just walked behind us. She's heading to the locker room right now.
Hopefully she is okay.
There's Burton, has Area Fen on her. Kicks to Late, and Late hit the three. And Sydney Johnson wants a timeout. Natalie Nakase wanted a closeout foul. Sincerely. Shug Sutton getting things started out of that timeout. Would Chrissy, you coach, was that for Sydney Johnson?
Absolutely. And you have to do that. It's a feel. Timeouts are feels, adjustments are feels, rotations and substitution pattern, that's a feel. And you don't want that lead to balloon back up if you're Washington.
Ami here is going to be fouled.
But she was posting up, so it wasn't an illegal screen, so she was actually getting position, but it served two purposes. She had her position. Sutton could have a free float to the rack.
Ami here at the line, putting it back. Brittany Sykes getting set to check back into the ball game.
You see the high ball screen, they blitz that.
Dolson the three, that's off the mark.
Well, after they blitzed it, you saw Iriafin slip to the cup. They got to feed that right away on a short roll.
A whistle and a foul down low. Third on Melbourne. Salon into the mid-range, left it short. Sykes the rebound, pushing quickly. A little hop step as she goes high off the window. Will head to the free throw line.
I love the craftiness and the creativity on the move right there to Brittany Sykes.
Sykes gets.
I don't believe in that anyway. She's gonna make it. Oh my God.
Chris Miller would be so mad at you.
Come on, man. We're not going to tell her.
True. Chris doesn't believe in that.
Both of them.
Drew does, I think.
Well, shoot.
Late kick to the corner. Ami here will attack. Doesn't go. Gets her own. The second one doesn't go, but she's going to get a fourth foul drawn on Kiki Iriafen. Ami here gets the first and Mystic.
They're so cute.
.56. Sykes into the mid-range. Olsen works off of her.
A nice ghost action. Sykes slipped off that screen, didn't set it all the way and slipped it. Thought she was open there on that.
2 seconds. Sykes rises. Rebound with Ami here. Ami here calling her own number. Blocked by Sykes. But they're going to get a foul called. The NBA that they added, And they've also added it to the WNBA this season. We found out at our officiating meetings with the broadcast before the season. They didn't hear that it was a good but a bad at the same time.
They think it was on Brittany Sykes and it wasn't time with it.
Yes.
Which you appreciate it, to get it right.
10 on the shot clock after the free throws from Ami here. Here she is in the corner. 3 doesn't go. Citron the rebound. 57-44 lead for Golden State. Citron going into the body. And 10 of 15 from the floor.
Doing what she always does on the defensive end with discipline.
Here's Citron. Into the paint, kick out. Olsen. That 3's off the mark. And Ariana, 10 on the shot clock for Engsler. Cross court to Austin. Austin got Ami here in the air, kicks it. And they're going to get a foul called on the pass.
Too bad, man. That was a great. It's needed. They love to run that rescreen action for Sykes and free up an interior pass.
Ball attacking, hangs. Doesn't get the drop. Repair the rebound. .210 to play here in the third quarter. Late working off the screen. Ami here looking for Martin, goes to Late, 5 on the shot clock. Late, step back, blocked by Engsler, loose ball, collected by Sutton. Up the floor, Citron. Yes! Natalie Nakase would like a timeout.
Tiffany Hayes lost her face mask there and tossed it right in front of us. Sydney Johnson coached it, sent it to the coaching staff for the Valkyries.
Caitlin Chen into the ball game, gets the mid-range jumper. It flew off as she was running to get the inbounds pass. And Natalie Nakase ran down to Sydney Johnson for the catch.
It was a good catch.
Citron, catch that.
Cash that in. The truth about a Sony. Another triple for the Mystics. Now she's feeling it with some fluidity from range.
13 points on the ball game for Citron. Salon into the mid-range, left that one short. Sutton the rebound.
And pushing his hand to the ground, saying, settle in, settle in. We don't need a quick one here. Get organized.
Austin is going to head to the free throw line.
Better watch out and know where she is on the floor if you're Golden State.
Re-entry to Austin. Trying to spin on Fagbenle. Recollects. Goes right at her. Too strong on that one. Martin the rebound. Nakase going with both Chen and Burton on the floor. Chen Hayes.
Chen was a teammate at UConn with Aaliyah Edwards. Her rookie season.
Martin had to let it fly, had it blocked though, and a shot clock violation. Tron gets it back, collects into the paint, lays it up and in.
Yeah, that's that footwork. Fin together. And you asked Sydney Johnson about that, and I thought that was a great question. They have great synergy.
Martin off the mark, up the floor. Engsler got behind the defense, lays it up and in.
The injury, and she's out the remainder of the season. The Valkyries go small. I had a chance to speak with Sydney Johnson about that, and he said, you know, the principles are the same, but now
that there's room for both of them to improve and grow.
Absolutely.
Burton blocked by Austin, kept it in bounds this time. Gets it to Citron. Citron in-out dribble, attacking, kicks. Engsler pass fake, baseline, kicks. Olsen, yes! Tied at 62. A 7-0 run to open the quarter for Washington. Burton. 6 on the shot clock. Martin attacking, drops that in.
I mean, that's why she was such a glue player for the Las Vegas Aces. I mean, she just comes in and stars in a role.
Olsen 10 on the shot clock, works off the screen. Engsler left open in the corner. Why not?
Now those threes falling with some consistency for the Washington Mystics. 7 of them have gone down for the home team.
A travel called on Golden State, and this is the first 65-54. Austin backing down on Fagbenle, goes middle. Too strong, trying to fight for the loose ball.
Every single night, I'm just proud that all of my players are ready when their number is called. Emily Engsler and Lucy Olsen, oh my goodness, they are the X factors tonight.
The Mystics have a plus 12 advantage, points off turnover. They've turned Golden State over 12 times in this ball game. Martin still with it, 5 seconds, mid-range jumper. Doesn't go. Engsler controlling the glass for Washington. Melvin. Citron sweeps it, kicks it. Austin. Jumper doesn't go as Repair clears.
And this is when one team can break this game open with a couple of defensive stops, in Washington in the second half. They have been masterful with that. That's how they've been able to climb back into this one, down 16 at one point earlier.
Fagbenle steps into her range and hits a long 2.
Only a 22% three-point shooter, but her she had a nice high release on that one. High ball screen action here by Slim.
Kick out to Engsler. Long 2 doesn't go as Martin pulls down the rebound.
They were a little stagnant on offense on that possession.
Burton waves off Fagbenle. Wants Repair. Attacking into the body, had it stripped, and then lost it out of bounds. Heck of a defensive strong.
Those quick steps on those slice cuts, still trying to get through right here and being disallowed.
6 on the shot clock here for Melbourne, 4 seconds now. Over to Citron, lets it fly. And Repair comes up with the rebound.
Better defense from the three-point line. Exceptionally well here, especially in the second half.
Martin. Touched up by Dolson as she got a piece of that one.
It's 299 career blocks now for Big Mama Steph.
Sutton 3, off the mark. Martin rebound.
This is what Golden State likes to do. They like to get good spacing, try to get some straight line drives to spray outs. Washington staying on point though on the defensive end, forcing another turnover.
Shakira giving us that stat.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been the defense, that's what we've been saying all along.
Ariafin had that inside by Martin, able to recover.
I love when the numbers support what it feels like. Sometimes that's not the case, but most times it is, and Washington's defense needs to stay disciplined here down the stretch to bring home another home win.
7 on the shot clock, Salong. Too strong off the window, Ariafin clearing.
Washington doing a fantastic job on the glass.
A whistle and a foul.
Offensively and defensively, Washington with solid resilience and composure on both sides of the ball.
4 seconds, Citron spins off. Martin lost the handle, but they're gonna get.
So she couldn't attack.
Mystics have gone scoreless the last 3.5 minutes, but they've only given up 2 points to Golden State during that time. Fagbenle tries to make it 4, left it short though. Paint, Sutton, quick touch inside to Ariafin. Repair came up with the loose ball off of it.
It's a tough angle for Ariafin to control over there on the weak side.
Fagbenle has a cross match with Sutton on her.
Oh, and you can't really help. Yeah.
And Sutton's gonna get called for the push from behind. 66-65 ball game here. Repair Is going to get whistled for the foul. You've been wanting that since the first quarter.
There's 4 of them right there. See if Washington can come up huge and get organized.
Sykes left that short. Austin was trying to keep it alive on the rebound. Martin with the loose ball. She's being tracked by Slim. Denied by Engsler.
Emily, a game, a 1-point game.
Sutton. Little hesitation. Floater ends up in the hands of Austin. And she puts it off the window.
And sometimes it's up to 2.
67-66 Washington lead. Salon attacking. Got that to drop in.
She just cradled that thing. Window for a smooch and a deuce. Toughness on that one as well.
68-67. Sutton working off Austin. And deflected out of bounds. And a lot of them came at the beginning of the season. 6 on the shot clock. Immediately Austin gets inside, kicks it. Engsler in the corner. That one's off the mark.
Got to bear down here defensively and communicate.
Fagbenle, 10 on the shot clock. Hand off to Burton.
Good job by Sutton to bounce right off of that and recover off that high ball screen.
Burton kicks. And a timeout called by Natalie Nakase with 3 seconds on the shot clock.
They want to go down inside, which they are.
Salon, jumpers off the mark. Fagbenle, offensive rebound, 7 seconds. Inside, taken away by Austin. 3 seconds to play. And Sydney Johnson is incredulously upset with the officials. They thought he called a timeout, which stopped the momentum to inbound. Mystics trail by 1. Here's Sykes. Puts it up. And just off to the right. As the Mystics drop this one here at home. 68-67, Christy.
Well, the Washington Mystics, they